Mark.
And I'm Jamie.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Hanging Out with Mark and Jamie.
Today we're going to do something different. We're going to make kites to fly at a later date, hopefully with some of our friends who are passersby at a local lake.
Now we had a proof of concept here, and we've had a little bit of wind. It was kind of flying a little bit. The wind's been kind of off and on, not steady enough to keep it in the air.
In my front yard, I think that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Winds in and out of the houses and the trees and that type of thing.
But there's a little breeze. It's trying to catch it, but hopefully we get a day where we got some wind.
We'll be fine.
All right, the first thing we got to do, we got some components of the kite we got to put together. We need a wood skeleton.
We do. And I took, well, you can see, this was a post, a cedar post, and I ripped it so that a little bit easier to handle. There are a lot of knots in it. I mean, it's a post, a lot of knots in it. We can't use knots because they'll break. So we got to find all the clean areas. Clear wood is what it's called.
And how thick is the wood, or how thick in diameter in square?
Yeah, quarter inch.
Quarter inch.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's got to be pretty small.
Pretty small. Yeah. So we'll take this through a quarter inch on the table saw, and then take it over to the bandsaw, and you can cut the individual slats.
Okay.
Then we'll get, the long ones are 24 inches, narrow ones are 20 inches.
Okay.
That's our frame.
And it's going to be like in a cross.
Yeah.
Format, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's work on that.
Okay.
And then we'll go to the next step.
Give it a shot.
Okay.
Perfect. Here we go. Do another one.
We've got our square pieces.
Now we're going to cut a notch in each one to hold the string that goes around the kite. It looks like the long one, 24 inches, and the short one's 20 inches. And if we put it down 8 inches, that's sort of what the design said worked.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and then we'll take some of this twine, wrap it around, and kind of save the knot, and then get to work on putting the string around it.
All right.
I brought up some survey paper. As you know, I develop property, and every time somebody moves a sewer line, I get 50 more pages of this stuff.
Drafting paper, so we have blueprints. How fun will that be on our kites?
I was thinking of putting this on the inside so that we can draw on the outside, or have the people who fly them draw on the outside where it's
I
white.
would put this on the inside so you could at least just see it.
Okay. Well,
It's just fun to
it
see.
has to be someplace.
When it's flying,
Yes.
no one sees it back there.
No.
You see this.
Okay. Well, we'll do all of it. We'll see what we like in the end.
Okay. Well, I've got the 24-inch piece
Okay.
marked 8 inches down.
Okay.
I have the 20-inch piece marked at the 10-inch mark,
Okay.
so we know right where the center is.
Well, here, pick it up. We'll put this underneath. Keep it up. Keep it up. We are ready to go. Now for the perimeter string. I don't know what it's called. I'm calling it perimeter string. If you have a different name, I'm good with that too.
I think perimeter string works.
Okay. Okay.
And we've got notches, so we've got the notches. We'll feed the string through the notches. And I would get your tie somewhere in this vicinity when we do it, instead of being on the end here.
So I will tie an overhand knot here.
So that it's done.
So it's done, ready for a cargo knot. I would just like to remind our viewers I'm 65 years old and we're building kites.
That's because I'm I'm 5712.
5712, yes.
I'll be 5812 in August.
And I'm 6012. The paper. Now, you know, we could do this assembly line and just do this and just do that, but that might get boring and might start to feel like work.
We don't want that.
We don't want that. All right, we'll take first page. What is this page here? They're all stapled to each other. You know, I told them to quit sending me this stuff after I got about almost drowning in paper. Just tell me what you're doing, don't send me another set of paper.
But you had no idea that making a kite was going to come into play here with this paper.
I did not know
So
that at
now
all.
we have this paper for making kites. Otherwise, we'd have to subscribe to the newspaper.
And we could do that, but we don't want to. Why don't you take that an inch from the edge,
And then we're an inch from the edge.
and then an inch from this edge, if that works.
Well, it won't because we don't have a square. We're not a perfect square here. So
You're right.
we'll start
You're right,
here
you're
like
right.
this. And
I'll hold this down, you get that straight edge?
and
Put that somewhere?
we will we'll run an edge here. That one's cut. You know that one's there.
You know, it doesn't hurt to have a basement full of power tools.
Power tools are good.
This stuff gets a little bit easier. Do you want to describe the circles around the ends so that
let's do that.
we can kind of feel like we know what we're doing? And believe me, we did not take a kite making class. This is all extemporaneous.
Well, the intraweb always is helpful.
That it is.
The nice thing about drafting paper is it does cut
It cuts very nicely.
very easily.
It cuts like wrapping paper.
Where'd my line go?
It's right here.
Did I miss my line? Oh, yes, here it is. A little bit of air to get through the kite. I did not get the compass to draw perfect circles. I think that this will suffice.
I have a compass downstairs, but I'm in agreement with you that we're going to be just fine. Now I went over to Michael's and I got this adhesive applicator. Oh, there, yeah, I took the top off. We made the other kite with this. It worked out just fine.
Yeah, so we have our glue.
Yes, so we have our glue dispenser without getting in all of our fingers. We can do it that way. Okay, that's the bottom. Set it in there. What's centered? Are we centered? Is everyone centered? Okay, it's about
I
centered.
think you're about centered. Here you go.
Take one edge, roll it over so we know what it's going to be. Put some glue on that baby, or whatever's in here. And we are golden.
And what we've learned is to pull the opposite corner to get it
But not too tight because we don't want to rip the paper.
too tight, but taut enough.
Cool, isn't it? And now we have a kite ready to decorate and to put into the air.
I like it.
Next.
But we should have put this paper.
Well, we can do that
Here,
too.
here.
We can put that on the outside.
Let's do the next one.
Okay.
Let's do the next one there.
Well, we're here at the park close to my house. We ran the kite.
There's no wind.
There's
I don't think there's a stitch of wind.
Look at that. There's nothing happening.
It's not even a breeze.
No.
And it's 90 degrees out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was working so long as you were running and pulling it. It was working.
Like a fool. I would look like a fool. These two white-haired guys.
Yes, these two
running
old guys.
around the park with a kite.
Yes. Where's their caregiver?
What are they doing out there?
Yes. Well, we do know that it will fly.
Yeah, we are confident that this will go in the air when there's enough of a
When
puff
there's
of wind.
enough wind. And I really look forward to getting it out to a park on a breezy day and having hopefully 10 people flying kites with our 10 kites all at one time. That would be pretty cool.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us.
If you enjoyed what you see, hit like, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
And we'll see you on the next episode.